The future of humanity, innovation, ethics, and responsibility. The world is changing faster than ever before. Technology, science, and innovation are reshaping every part of human life, from the way we communicate, to how we work, travel, and even think. As we look to the future, many people feel excited, while others feel uncertain or even afraid. What will happen to us? How will our society adapt? And most importantly, how can we make sure that progress remains ethical and sustainable? Let's explore the key areas where humanity is moving forward, and the challenges that come with these advances. The rise of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, or AI, has already become a part of daily life. From voice assistants like Siri and Alexa to smart recommendation systems on Netflix or YouTube, AI helps us make choices, find information, and save time. But AI is evolving fast. Today, AI can write texts, compose music, create images, translate languages, and even drive cars. In the near future, AI might replace many human jobs. Machines can work faster, don't need breaks, and don't make the same kinds of mistakes as people. This creates both opportunity and fear. On one hand, we can focus more on creative, emotional, and strategic work. On the other, millions of workers may lose their jobs, especially in areas like transport, customer service, and basic office tasks. The question is not whether AI will change the world, it already is. The question is how we manage this change. Will we ensure that AI is used fairly? Will we retrain workers? Will we create laws that protect people's rights? Ethics must go hand in hand with innovation. 2. Biotechnology and human enhancement. Another area of rapid growth is biotechnology, the science of improving life through biology and technology. We can now edit genes using tools like CRISPR, grow artificial organs, and design personalized medicine based on someone's DNA. These technologies could save lives, cure genetic diseases, and improve the quality of life for millions. But some scientists are going further. They dream of upgrading humans, making people stronger, faster, or smarter through genetic editing, implants, or drugs. This idea is known as transhumanism. Some people see it as the next step in evolution. Others worry it will create a new kind of inequality. The rich will afford enhancements, the poor will not. Where do we draw the line between healing and enhancing? What does it mean to be human? These are not just scientific questions, they are ethical and philosophical ones. 3. Climate change and environmental responsibility. As we build smarter cities and more advanced machines, we also face a growing environmental crisis. Climate change is not just a future problem, it is already here. Glaciers are melting, sea levels are rising, weather patterns are changing, and ecosystems are collapsing. Human activity, especially the burning of fossil fuels, is the main cause. Technology can help. Solar and wind energy are becoming cheaper and more efficient. Electric vehicles are replacing traditional cars. Smart homes use less energy. Some scientists are even working on machines that pull carbon dioxide from the air. However, technology alone cannot solve climate change. We need political will, public awareness, and personal responsibility. We must change how we live, travel, and consume resources. The future of our planet depends on decisions we make now, not later. The digital society. The internet has connected people like never before. We can talk to someone across the world in seconds. We can access almost any book, video, or course instantly. Social media gives everyone a voice and a platform. But the digital world has its dangers. Fake news spreads fast. Online hate and cyberbullying affect mental health. Private data is often collected, sold, or used without our permission. And digital addiction is becoming a serious problem, especially among young people. We must ask, how can we build a healthier digital society? Should there be stronger laws for online behavior? Should companies be more transparent? Should schools teach digital literacy just like reading and math? We are creating a new kind of world, a digital world. And like any world, it needs rules, values, and balance. 5. Space exploration and the next frontier. For centuries, humans have looked up at the stars and dreamed of exploring them. Today, space exploration is no longer just a dream. It is becoming reality. Private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are sending rockets into orbit. NASA is planning missions to the Moon and Mars. Some people even talk about building cities on other planets. Why go to space? There are many reasons: scientific discovery, new resources, and perhaps even survival. If Earth becomes unlivable, humans might need to find a new home. But again, we must ask, who gets to go? Who makes the rules in space? Will space become a place of cooperation or competition? Space exploration shows the best of what humans can do. But we must make sure it does not repeat the same problems we have on Earth: inequality, pollution, and conflict. 6. The future of work and education. Work is changing. Remote jobs, freelance gigs, and digital nomads are becoming more common. People no longer stay in one job for life. Skills become outdated quickly, and learning must continue throughout life. Education must evolve too. It should teach more than facts. It should teach problem-solving, creativity, emotional intelligence, and adaptability. Future workers need to be flexible, curious, and ready for change. Online education is growing. Platforms like Coursera, edX, and Khan Academy allow people to learn from top universities anywhere in the world. This makes education more accessible, but also more competitive. How will traditional schools and universities respond? The future of work will not be about working harder, but working smarter. Ethics in the age of technology. With so many changes, ethics becomes more important than ever. Should we let AI decide who gets a loan or medical treatment? Should we allow companies to collect all our data? Should robots have rights? Should we create life in a lab? The answers are not simple. They require deep thinking, open debate, and international cooperation. Every innovation brings new power and new responsibility. Technology is a tool. It can be used to help or to harm. The future will be shaped not only by what we can do, but by what we choose to do. Global unity or division? One of the biggest questions is whether the future will bring people closer, or divide them further. Will countries cooperate to solve global problems? Or will they compete for power and resources? Will technology connect people, or isolate them? During the COVID-19 pandemic, we saw both sides. Some countries shared vaccines and knowledge. Others closed borders and blamed each other. The future will depend on whether we learn to act as one global family. In the digital age, our problems are global, and so must be our solutions. Conclusion. The future of humanity is full of promise, and full of challenges. We are building a new world, one invention at a time. But we must not lose our values along the way. Progress without ethics is dangerous. Innovation without responsibility is blind. We need not only smart people, but wise people. People who care about others, the planet, and future generations. Let's ask better questions, make better choices, and create a future we can all be proud of. Cultural identity and the importance of traditions in the modern world. In today's fast-changing and highly connected world, people travel, move, and communicate across borders more than ever before. We wear clothes from one country, eat food from another, watch movies in different languages, and make friends across continents. While this global lifestyle brings many benefits, it also raises important questions. Who are we? Where do we come from? What does it mean to belong? These questions are at the heart of cultural identity, the set of traditions, languages, beliefs, values, and customs that shape who we are. In a world where cultures mix and blend every day, keeping a connection to our roots has never been more important. What is cultural identity? Cultural identity is the feeling of belonging to a group. This group could be based on nationality, ethnicity, religion, language, or shared history. It is what connects us to our ancestors, our community, and sometimes even to our land. It shapes our worldviews, how we celebrate, what we eat, how we speak, and what we believe in. For many people, cultural identity is not only about traditions but also about emotion, a deep sense of pride, loyalty, and love for their culture. Even those who move far from their homeland often carry parts of their culture with them, like stories, songs, or family customs. The power of tradition. Traditions are repeated actions or customs that are passed down through generations. They include holidays, festivals, rituals, dances, food, clothing, and even ways of greeting each other. Traditions help people stay connected to their past and give life a sense of rhythm and meaning. For example, many cultures celebrate New Year's Eve with special meals, music, or fireworks. In others, weddings include symbolic rituals like the wearing of traditional clothing or sharing a family meal. These customs are more than habits, they are expressions of identity, belonging, and love. Traditions are especially important during times of change or uncertainty. When people move to a new country, go through difficult moments, or lose loved ones, traditional songs, foods, or religious practices can offer comfort and strength. Globalization and cultural challenges. Globalization has connected people like never before, but it has also created tension between global culture and local traditions. Many young people today grow up watching the same shows, listening to the same music, and using the same apps, regardless of where they live. While this creates shared experiences, it can also lead to cultural loss. Some minority languages are disappearing. Traditional music, clothing, and holidays are being forgotten. In some places, people feel pressure to act more modern and hide their traditions. This situation creates a cultural identity crisis for many young people. Should I follow my culture or join global trends? Should I speak my native language or only English? Can I be both modern and traditional? The answer is, yes, it is possible to find balance. Cultural diversity as a strength. Instead of choosing one culture over another, many people today live with multiple identities. A person can be both Azerbaijani and global, both traditional and open to new ideas. Cultural diversity should not divide us, it should enrich us. In fact, societies that celebrate diversity often become more creative, peaceful, and successful. Food, music, art, and language are all stronger when different cultures contribute. From sushi to pizza, from jazz to rap, from literature to architecture, the mixing of cultures has created beautiful things. Understanding different cultures also makes people more tolerant and respectful. When we learn about others, we break stereotypes and build empathy. We stop seeing people as foreign and start seeing them as human. The role of language in identity. Language is one of the strongest markers of cultural identity. It is not just a way to communicate, but also a way to think, feel, and see the world. Different languages carry unique expressions, ideas, and stories that cannot always be translated. For example, some languages have words for feelings or experiences that don't exist in English. In Japanese, komaribi means the sunlight that filters through trees. In Arabic, tarab means a deep emotional connection to music. These words show how language reflects culture. Many immigrant families speak one language at home and another in public. Keeping the native language alive is a way to stay connected to heritage. Schools, communities, and families must work together to support multilingualism and protect endangered languages. Cultural celebrations and identity building. Festivals, national holidays, and religious celebrations are powerful tools for strengthening cultural identity. These events bring people together, teach history, and express values. Whether it's Nowruz, Eid al-Fitr, Diwali, or Christmas, such celebrations remind people of where they come from. In many countries, schools and cultural centers organize heritage days where children dress in traditional clothes, perform dances, and share foods from their culture. This helps young people feel proud of their background and also learn about others. When people feel respected and celebrated for who they are, they become more confident and connected. This is why cultural representation in media, education, and politics matters. Everyone deserves to see their story included. Migration and cultural identity. In today's world, migration is common. People move for work, safety, education, or family reasons. Living in a new country often means adapting to a new culture. But it doesn't mean losing your own. Many immigrants face the challenge of keeping their culture alive while also fitting into a new society. Some feel pressure to become like everyone else to succeed. But strong cultural identity can actually help people do better, because it gives them confidence and support. Multicultural societies, where people from different backgrounds live together, must promote integration, not assimilation. This means encouraging newcomers to contribute their culture, while also respecting the rules and values of the shared society. The future of cultural identity. As technology continues to evolve, so will culture. The internet allows people to share traditions across distances. Virtual museums, online language courses, and digital festivals are already becoming popular. At the same time, AI-generated content, synthetic voices, and global media can make cultures look more similar. To protect cultural identity in the digital age, we must be active. We must document, share, and teach our traditions. Young people should feel proud of who they are, while also learning to respect others. The future belongs to those who can hold both tradition and innovation in their hands, those who remember their roots while building something new. Conclusion. Cultural identity is not something we are born with and forget. It is something we carry, grow, and share. In a fast and global world, it is easy to feel lost, but culture can guide us home. Our languages, stories, songs, holidays, and values are treasures. They connect us to our families, our land, and our people. They help us understand the world and ourselves. Let us protect our traditions. Let us celebrate our differences. Let us build a world where everyone feels proud of where they come from and curious about where others come from too. Because the more we understand each other, the stronger we all become. The psychology of happiness, what makes us truly fulfilled? What is happiness? Is it the same as feeling good? Is it about success, money, or love? Or is it something deeper, something that gives life meaning? For centuries, philosophers, scientists, and ordinary people have asked the same question: what makes a person truly happy? Today, psychologists are trying to answer it using science and data. The surprising truth is that happiness is not just luck or personality. It is something we can understand, train, and build, like a muscle or a skill. Let's explore what happiness really is, what affects it, and how we can live a more fulfilling life. What is happiness, really? Happiness is often described as a feeling of joy, contentment, or satisfaction. But there are different types of happiness: short-term pleasure, enjoying a good meal, a vacation, or a funny video. Long-term well-being, feeling that life has meaning and that we are growing. Inner peace, a calm, balanced emotional state that doesn't depend on outside events. Psychologists often talk about subjective well-being, how people experience the quality of their lives. This includes both positive emotions and life satisfaction. It turns out that happiness is not only about smiling or laughing. It is about how we evaluate our lives overall. Are we living in a way that feels right, true, and balanced? The myths of happiness. Many people believe that happiness depends on being rich, being beautiful, having a perfect job, living in a big house, finding the perfect partner. But research shows that these things don't bring lasting happiness. Money, for example, increases happiness only up to a point. After basic needs are met, more money doesn't add much. A bigger salary or house might bring temporary pleasure, but we quickly get used to it. This is called the hedonic adaptation. External things do matter, but not as much as we think. Internal factors like mindset, values, and habits play a bigger role. The science of positive psychology. In the late 1990s, a new field of psychology began to grow: positive psychology. Instead of focusing only on mental illness, this field asks, what helps people thrive? Positive psychologists like Martin Seligman and Sonia Lyubomirsky discovered that happy people tend to have close relationships, set and pursue goals, show gratitude, practice kindness, live in the present, use their strengths. These habits don't guarantee constant joy, but they increase overall satisfaction. The good news? anyone can practice them, regardless of age, wealth, or background. Relationships and connection. One of the biggest discoveries in happiness research is simple but powerful: people are happiest when they feel connected to others. A famous study by Harvard University followed hundreds of people for over 80 years. The result? Good relationships were the #1 factor for long-term happiness and health, more than money, IQ, or fame. Strong social bonds reduce stress, help us heal faster, and make us feel seen and valued. This doesn't mean we need hundreds of friends. Even a few close, trusting relationships can make a huge difference. In the digital age, real human connection is more important than ever. Texts and likes cannot replace deep conversations or physical presence. 5. Purpose and meaning. Pleasure feels good, but purpose feels right. People who feel that their life has meaning, who contribute to something bigger than themselves, report higher levels of well-being. This can come from many sources: helping others, raising children, creating art or music, practicing faith, fighting for a cause, building a career with impact. Even in hard times, a sense of purpose can give strength and hope. Viktor Frankl, a psychologist and Holocaust survivor, wrote that those who had meaning were more likely to survive terrible suffering. His famous quote is, "Those who have a why to live can bear almost anyhow." 6. Gratitude and mindfulness. Gratitude is more than saying thank you. It is a mindset of noticing and appreciating the good things in life. People who keep gratitude journals, writing down 3 things they are thankful for each day, report better mood, sleep, and health. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment. It means not thinking about the past or worrying about the future, just observing what is happening now, without judgment. Meditation, slow breathing, or even a quiet walk in nature can increase mindfulness. Together, gratitude and mindfulness help people enjoy life more deeply and worry less. The role of culture and society. Happiness is not only personal, it is also cultural. In some societies, happiness means personal freedom and success. In others, it means belonging and peace within the community. In Western countries, happiness is often about individual achievement. In Eastern cultures, it may be more about family, harmony, and balance. Governments and policies also affect happiness. Countries with strong social systems, healthcare, education, public safety, usually rank higher in world happiness reports. That's why happiness is now studied not just by psychologists, but by economists and leaders too. Difficult emotions are normal. Being happy doesn't mean being positive all the time. Sadness, anger, fear, and anxiety are normal human emotions. They help us survive, grow, and learn. In fact, trying to be happy all the time can make people feel worse. The pressure to always smile or stay positive can lead to guilt or shame when life is hard. True happiness is not the absence of pain, it's the ability to accept it, learn from it, and keep going. The danger of comparison. One of the biggest enemies of happiness is comparison. When we constantly look at what others have, better jobs, nicer bodies, happier relationships, we feel less satisfied with our own lives. Social media makes this worse. People usually post their best moments, not their struggles. This creates a false image of perfection. The solution? Focus on your own values, growth, and journey. Remember, happiness is not a race. Everyone's path is different. Can we train our happiness? Yes. Just like physical fitness, emotional well-being takes practice. The brain is plastic, it can grow and change. People can train happiness through journaling, gratitude exercises, volunteering, spending time in nature, talking to a therapist, practicing hobbies, saying no to things that drain energy, spending time with people who lift you up. Even small daily actions can change your mood and mindset over time. Conclusion: a personal journey. In the end, happiness is not one thing, and it doesn't look the same for everyone. For some, it's quiet mornings with a book. For others, it's music, dancing, working hard, or helping others. The most important thing is to live with intention, to ask yourself, what truly matters to me? What gives me energy and joy? What kind of life do I want to build? Happiness is not something we find, it is something we create. Let's build lives filled not only with comfort and pleasure, but with meaning, love, and growth. Because in the end, the happiest people are not the ones who have everything, they're the ones who make the most of what they have. The role of sports in modern society: health, unity, and global influence. Sports have been a part of human culture for thousands of years. From the Olympic Games of ancient Greece to today's global competitions like the FIFA World Cup or the NBA Finals, sports have brought people together through passion, competition, and celebration. But in the modern world, sports are more than just games, they are a powerful force that influences health, education, politics, business, and even national identity. This text explores how sports shape our lives, improve our societies, and reflect the values we hold as humans. Sports and physical health. One of the most obvious benefits of sports is physical fitness. Playing sports helps people stay healthy by improving strength, flexibility, and endurance. It reduces the risk of diseases like heart problems, obesity, and diabetes. Regular physical activity also strengthens the immune system and improves sleep. In today's world, where many people spend hours sitting, at desks, in cars, or on screens, sports provide a necessary balance. Encouraging young people to play sports can prevent long-term health problems and build healthy habits that last a lifetime, but the benefits are not just physical. Mental health and emotional well-being. Exercise, including sports, has a direct impact on mental health. It reduces stress, anxiety, and symptoms of depression. When we move our bodies, our brains release endorphins, chemicals that make us feel happier. Team sports especially help with emotional regulation, confidence, and social connection. They teach people how to manage wins and losses, deal with pressure, and control emotions. In some cases, sports programs are used to support mental health recovery. In short, sports help both the body and the mind stay strong and balanced. Sports and education. Sports play a key role in education. Schools around the world include physical education, PE, in their curriculums, not just to improve health, but to teach values. Sports teach discipline, responsibility, and time management. Students who play sports often learn better focus, better communication, and leadership skills. In some countries, sports scholarships help talented students go to university, opening doors they might not reach otherwise. Sports also help reduce dropout rates and keep students engaged in school life. Moreover, educational systems use sports to promote inclusion. Children from different backgrounds, abilities, and cultures can play and grow together on the same team. Sports and social unity. Perhaps one of the most powerful aspects of sports is how they unite people. During major international events like the Olympics or World Cup, people from all over the globe celebrate, cheer, and compete with mutual respect. Even for a short time, political differences and social tensions can be set aside. Locally, sports bring communities together. Neighborhoods support their teams, families attend matches, and children look up to local heroes. Sports clubs become safe places where friendships are made, and people feel a sense of belonging. Even in conflict zones or post-war societies, sports have been used to rebuild trust, promote peace, and support healing. There are many programs where young people from enemy sides come together to play football, learning respect and cooperation through sport. Gender equality and inclusion. Traditionally, many sports were male-dominated. But times are changing. Women's sports are growing in popularity, sponsorship, and media coverage. Athletes like Serena Williams, Megan Rapinoe, and Simone Biles are inspiring millions of girls to believe in themselves. Sports can be a powerful tool for gender equality. When girls are given equal opportunities to train, compete, and lead, they gain confidence and power, both on and off the field. Additionally, sports are becoming more inclusive of people with disabilities. Events like the Paralympic Games show that determination, talent, and human spirit know no limits. Economic and career opportunities. Sports are not only about playing, they are also a massive global industry. From professional athletes and coaches to journalists, marketers, designers, and engineers, sports create millions of jobs worldwide. Stadiums, sporting events, merchandise, and advertising generate billions of dollars. Countries invest in sports not only for national pride, but also to attract tourism, business, and global attention. For many young people, especially from poor communities, sports can be a path to a better life. A career in sports can bring financial stability, travel, education, and personal growth. Politics, national identity, and diplomacy. Sports and politics have always been connected. National teams often become symbols of pride, identity, and unity. Victories can lift a nation's spirit, losses can cause emotional debates. Sometimes, sports are used to make political statements, for example, athletes protesting injustice, or countries boycotting events. While this can be controversial, it shows the power of sports to influence society. Sports can also act as diplomatic bridges. Matches between countries with tense relations can open dialogue and reduce hostility. The term sports diplomacy refers to this kind of international soft power. Ethics, fair play, and challenges. While sports bring many positives, they also face challenges, doping and cheating. Violence and racism in stadiums. Corruption in sports organizations. Mental health pressure on athletes. Overcommercialization and loss of values. To protect the spirit of sports, we must promote fair play, transparency, and respect. Coaches, fans, media, and players must all be responsible for keeping sports clean and honest. True sport is not just about winning, it's about how we play the game. The future of sports. Technology is changing sports too. Today, athletes use sensors, data, and AI to improve performance. Referees use video reviews. Fans watch games in virtual reality. Social media connects players directly with their audience. But the heart of sports will always stay the same: teamwork, passion, competition, and human spirit. In the future, we may see more esports, more inclusive rules, and new games that mix physical and digital worlds. But no matter what changes, sports will remain a mirror of society, reflecting our values, our hopes, and our challenges. Conclusion. Sports are more than entertainment. They are a reflection of who we are as individuals and as a global society. They teach us how to work together, how to win and lose with grace, how to push our limits, and how to dream big. Whether we play professionally or just for fun, whether we watch from a stadium or a phone screen, sports give us energy, joy, and connection. In a divided world, sports remind us that we are part of the same human team, and that the game is better when we all play.